Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson Media, and I'm here with Makobura. Makobura, how are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Yeah, yesterday I had some few challenges here and there, but today,
technology
today,
technology jana ilikuwa imeleta shida kidogo.
yes,
Okay, lakini unaendelea vipi?
niko salama, nashukuru,
Mm-hmm.
sioni mabaya.
Hiyo ni mzuri. Mimi pia niko tuna pambana na hali ya maisha, hatujaona mabaya vile, labda tu kama wewe ndio umeona mabaya pali ambapo upo.
Not really. What
Mm.
I've seen is more of the political trendings, the political news here and there,
Yeah.
where some of it is a little bit tough to really speak about. Like today, I was watching the president and quite a number of leaders speaking about 2060.
They call it Beyond 2030.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I think they're not tackling the issues,
Mm.
the right issues that they're supposed to be tackling. If they were really genuine
Hmm.
in speaking about 2020, then the best thing they would have done is first
Yeah.
rectify issues to do with corruption, things that are falling under their preview, things that they have control over
Hmm.
before they start speaking about 2060. And again, remember, 2030 it was a vision that was laid down.
Hmm.
So something else is before they start speaking about 2060, they should
Yeah.
be genuine enough to give an elaborate clarification
Hmm.
on how the vision 2030 ended,
Yeah.
why probably it never achieved what it was supposed to achieve,
Hmm.
and what they're supposed to be rectifying. I think that is the best thing because, for example, if you want uh, to start a project and you've already started a project,
Hmm.
before you do an analysis to get to understand whether it worked or not,
Yeah.
I think that should be the way. And this is a situation where there was a project that was launched.
Hmm.
It was being done here and there, and then no one stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
Today, another project is being launched without clarification on how the other project ended. I think that is not being genuine. That is not being futuristic, as some of them are pretending to be.
But Makobura, let's give it a thought because for sure some of the reasoning is that like we are coming to the end of 2030, and when we're coming to the end of 2030, that now we are focusing on how are we going to live, or what path are we going to follow from 2030. Should we extend it to 2060? And in the 2060, these are some of the things that we are going to do. Do you think the president maybe might have jumped the gun, especially looking at that scenario whereby 2030 is coming to an end, is 3 years too? Then we need to have another framework that is going to take us another 30 years to come.
Just like I've said,
Yeah.
if if you've ever done what we call planning,
Yes.
then whenever you start a project or whatever, whenever you're trying to introduce a new thing in the market, you
Yeah.
have to do a good planning.
Hmm.
And out of that planning, you will have to understand how you're going to do the rollout and all those kind.
Hmm.
And at the end of it, whether it is successful or not,
Yeah.
you need to have an elaborate data, an elaborate clarification that you can present before the people and tell them that, oh, we started this project, it never got us to where we wanted to get.
Okay.
And these were the challenges.
Okay.
So I
Now,
think that
go
I,
ahead.
I think that should be the first thing that the president should come and elaborate to the people of Kenya before we start speaking about 2060. Because what we've seen, if you heard the comments of Professor Nyong'o, he
Mm.
was very particular that it is wrong that we are having every electoral cycle, any new government that comes in,
Yeah.
they tend to come up with a new plan, a new project, and then they start ignoring or forget, they totally forget about the plans or the projects that were started by the previous regime.
Yeah.
And that is part of the reason that has been making it tough for them to achieve the Vision 2030 and even the plannings which are there. And that is why then I'm saying, if the president is genuine and he fully understands,
Yeah.
which he does, and he has quite a number of people who advises him, the best thing, we were here. I remember when Raila Amolo Odinga Kibaki, they were doing this rollout
Yeah.
of 2030, Vision 2030. And I remember very well the blueprints that were
Mhm.
presented.
Yeah.
Before we start speaking about 2060,
Yes.
let this government, because this was a government project, I mean, a government approach.
Yes.
And therefore, the people have there. I mean, the people have all the rights to be notified
Mhm.
on to what extent or to what point it reached. Therefore, after that, at
Mhm.
least the people would say that, well, we made
Yes.
some steps, some baby
Mhm.
steps, and we got here. So
Yes.
with this, at least that might then help in guiding the next step that they're going to make as they are looking forward to the 20 Vision 2060.
Okay, when you look at the conversation that was taking place today, because this is like a public participation whereby each and every Kenyan from all walks of life should come in and air their views and say that this is what we want, and this is where we want to go. And looking at the political temperatures right now, you see what is happening within the united opposition and what is happening within the government. And what happened yesterday when Rigathi Gachagua had a presser, and later it was rebutted by the majority leader and minority leader and the opposing sides. Do you think this is the favorable environment, especially for Kenya, to start having those conversations? As you know, right now we are polarized. The political temperatures are rising, and we want to talk about issues that are affecting Kenyans. Do you think this is the best time for us to have those conversations?
If you ask me, I'll say it is not the right time because we are approaching an election.
Yeah.
The focus of the people and the political class is the next general election.
Mhm.
Bring this conversation as we head towards the general election. I don't think it's the
Yeah.
best way to approach it because
Mm.
this is something that is going to involve the entire country.
Yes.
Therefore, it should be approached with a lot of sobriety.
Mhm.
And as much as those within the government are the ones who are spearheading it,
Yeah.
the people within the opposition are also supposed to be given an opportunity to give their version.
Mm.
At this particular moment, and with the campaign going on, it is not possible because any invite
Mhm.
that would be extended to the opposition
Mhm.
would not be met with a lot of maybe respect, or they will not come out to give their genuine thoughts because
Mhm.
it would be one that is uh, more of political,
Yes.
one that is given with the political emotions,
Yeah.
one that is not coming from a genuine Kenyan citizen.
Do,
First, what the president needs to do is, if the president is really spearheading this, and we
mhm.
are seriously talking about this, then he needs to do the best timing in terms of presenting this when the country is calm,
Mhm.
presenting this when the high octane political campaigns are lower.
Yes.
That way, we will get all the views,
Mhm.
and of course, we'll get a participation from all Kenyans
Yeah.
from different quarters.
Do you?
This one that is being brought at this point
Mhm.
probably might be assumed by those within the opposition that it is a mechanism or it
Mhm.
is a style
Mhm.
of the government side
Okay.
campaigning.
Do you think it could have been better if the government could have taken a backseat, maybe as they could have proposed, and maybe bring in a committee that is going to spearhead this, whereby the president is not involved? Because, like, if you look at what was happening today, majority of the questions are being asked to by the president, and this was being moderated, especially by the state. Uh, could it been better by bringing a non-participant, or like to say that maybe clergy or civil servants to
Yeah,
run it, so that
I
it
think
can be a level ground for everybody to give their views? Could
yeah.
that
To
work?
me, if you ask me, I can say this was a government affair
Yes.
because even if you saw the people who went on the podium to give
Yeah.
their views,
Yeah.
I can tell you that the likes of Alionya, the likes of this. If it was the side of the young people giving their views, then we
Yeah.
saw the likes of Alionya giving their views.
Mm.
And remember, these are people um, who recently took side and started campaigning for the president. So whenever they're seen at the forefront
Yes, sir.
trying to give their views on these matters, then
Hmm.
probably any person would say that this is not a genuine
Hmm.
discussion. It is one that has been introduced as a way of government ensuring that their views or their wishes are granted.
Are
They're
granted.
trying to make it look like a national thing, but from what we've witnessed and what we've been seeing,
Mm.
I think it is not easy to simply say that this was a people driven thing because more of the participants and how
Hmm.
it was being conducted,
Yeah.
it looked like a state affair.
Hmm.
And again, this is a conversation where, if you read the constitution, certain matters are very key, and they are also very, let me say, how do I put it? They are very sensitive
Okay.
matters.
All right.
Sensitive in the sense that we people from different quarters, people from different backgrounds, professionals, religious,
Mm.
young people, genuinely young people, and all those kind of people should be given an opportunity to simply give their input
Mm.
on the best way forward. And again, if it was a genuine thing, that's part of
Mm.
the reason why I'm saying that to me it didn't look like a genuine thing
Yes.
because
Hmm.
the biggest problem that has barred the Republic of Kenya from achieving its dreams is corruption.
Yeah.
And anybody would ask, has
Mm.
it been sorted? Remember when they were introducing or launching Vision 2030,
Yeah.
the biggest challenge that they brought forward was corruption. And
Mm.
I remember them coming up with some strategies on how they were going to do away with corruption,
Yes.
which they started. If you can remember, quite a number of people were being arrested, and there was a little bit calm in the sector.
Hmm.
There was people being followed up to return the stolen public, public properties.
Yes.
And then after some time, it stopped. When Uru government came in place, it simply stopped and stopped forever.
Forever.
So that is the biggest. If you
Mm.
ask me, that is the biggest problem. And if the president wants to start speaking about Vision 2030, I
Hmm.
mean 2060,
Mm.
let them come out and deal with these issues
Hmm.
with a lot of sobriety. For example,
Hmm.
how are we going to achieve Vision 2060 if
Mm.
you're still having police officers who are being used by either the political or some people to kill fellows, I mean, to kill native citizens?
Hmm.
Those are some of the questions that needs to be asked.
Mm.
Is there discipline within the forces? Is there discipline within the department that deals with the policing department?
Hmm.
There is a rotten um, characters within that
Yep.
particular
Mm.
state department.
Yep.
What are the solutions to it?
Mm.
What are the issues that uh, are being presented by the people? Talking about today, I'm telling you, the other day, today, even if you walk within Thika Road, there are a lot of gangs. People are just simply stopping you on a highway, and
Yeah.
they're hijacking you, and taking whatever they want to take in your car. There's nothing you can
Mm.
do. If
Hmm.
we are speaking about Vision 2060, Has the government come out to give a guideline on how they're dealing with the insecurity within the
No,
towns?
no. Now that is now what it's there. Like now, the government is calling everybody. Let's come and have a conversation about this. And how do you want us to deal with the security? What are the
Of which,
measures that you want to be
yeah,
put in place?
of
We want to
which
talk
we
about
accept.
elections. We want you to do this. So, which means it should be a clerical call, especially for all Kenyans, to go and give their views. Then, from those views, then the government will build up those strategies and condense them one
Yes, I,
booklet whereby now this is where we are
I,
going to go with the 2060.
I agree with those comments. I fully 100% agree with those comments.
Yeah.
But the question here is,
Mm-hmm.
I think this government came into power in 2022, and I
Yeah.
remember the president was very keen on how he
Yes.
was going to sort the issues that were affecting the country.
Yes.
And I remember, as much as he moved around the country giving his campaign promises,
True.
even the day that he took the oath,
Mm-hmm.
him and his deputy,
Mm.
the old manifesto that they had, they simply gave what I can say. Uh,
Mm.
this shut up. Yeah, let me. I have seen that comment. Let
Yeah.
me just give my views. I'm saying that if you remember the swearing in of the president and his deputy,
Yes.
immediately after being sworn in, they gave a speech, and I can remember very well. Within their speeches, they give a nutshell,
Mm-hmm.
like let me put it, a summary of their manifesto,
Yeah.
and they promised how they were going to tackle all the challenges. Within their speech, if you can remember keenly,
Mm.
the question is, this is a government that came into power knowing very well the challenges and the problems that the people of Kenya had.
Yeah.
So the question we are supposed to ask is, well, we can review, we can get back and watch again all the comments that the
Mm.
president and his deputy made.
Mm.
And they were very right because they tackled and mastered all the challenges and presented before the people and gave a clarification, the roadmap on how they were going to tackle it. The question is,
Yeah.
have they sorted the insecurity?
Mm-hmm.
Have they sorted the mugging left, right, and center? Have they sorted the corruption? The most painful bit is these are serious departments. For example, the security department.
Yes.
For example, the people who are supposed to be dealing with corruption. Look at the majority of people who have been accused. Government officials,
Mm-hmm.
senior government officials, and that what does that then tell you?
Mm-hmm.
The national government has first made the decision
Yeah.
that the challenges are there, and
Mm-hmm.
as the national government, which of course is being led by the president, he needs to crack. I mean, to whip his people and ensure that they come back to their senses.
Mm.
And he finds a way of first sorting the issues or the problems and the challenges affecting his close allies, because his close allies are the ones who are not first respecting what he had said. They are not respecting the constitution and all those
Yeah.
kind of things. So I
All right.
think we need to be genuine enough before we start speaking about 2060. To me, I don't
Mm.
think it is not, I believe it is not the right time,
Mm.
because the challenges we are facing currently, President William Samoei Ruto with this government has the capacity to first sort all those issues. I think we will be daydreaming to start speaking about tomorrow if
Yeah.
we've not sorted our issues today. That
All
would
right.
be my.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me take this opportunity to thank my good friend here, Omaso wa Omaso. Thank you so much, my brother. The event today is a witty attempt to reincarnate another package of lies like Hustler was the other day. The World Bank called out President Ruto's government on selling national public assets as a bad idea that only achieve short-term reprieve. We can't trust such persons with our future going into 2060. The people are inherently so short-term focus and driven. And yeah, I tend to agree with you on that. And another issue that I was raising with this is that look at this moment in time whereby we are headed towards election, and you are bringing such like conversation. We know very well that right now even the leaders themselves and everybody is not going to concentrate, because like people are now working towards getting a winning formula for them. So it is not appropriate time for us to have such a conversation. And as my brother has really put it, so let's wait and see what is going to happen. Let me also take this opportunity to say um, hi to my good friend, Good here. You know, as we speak about what is happening, especially the conversation, and we want to jump to Homabay because this is something that we need to discuss, because the reports that are coming from Homabay, especially from what we are seeing on a social media, is not reflecting even the conversation that we are going into 2060. As we focus, or as we say that people are going into 2060, or the country wants to move to 2060, but you still find there this allegation of some leaders, especially from Homabay, are organizing some goons. It is alleged that they are organizing some goons to attack the Linda Wananchi, and the group, the Linda Wananchi, that is headed by James Orengo, Sifuna, and Mondi Karoli, the whole group. And today, some of the leaders, especially in Homabay, they were somewhere in Sindo. There are some remarks that they made. Even earlier, there was one member of county assembly that said that we should not see anybody with any shirt written Sifuna, or Sisi ndio Sifuna. And he said it publicly on the media space. And we are asking ourselves that where is democracy? For instance, if you feel because if you feel that the democracy is there, or if you are being threatened by the presence of Sifuna or the presence of Linda Wananchi, why can't you advise your people just okay, do not attend those meetings if you do not want them? Because I do not think that if they go there, the people are going to create chaos. We've seen Linda Mwananchi, they've been in Kisumu the other day, and they went there, they did their rally, they sell their agenda, or they had their speeches. At the end of the day, they left. They were in Kakamega, they've traveled quite part of the country. Why is it so much difficult, especially for Homabay people, especially not Homabay people, but I would talk of Homabay leaders, that they do not want the Linda Wananchi? At the same time, we are having a conversation in the country whereby we want to go to 2060. How can we then move to 2060 whereby leaders are marking their territory if you have divergent view, or you have another political party that they do not belong to? So that is also a conversation that we need to do, you know, and we also need to call out on the leaders of Homabay, because they also campaign in other areas, you know. They should let Linda Mwananchi, even if Linda Mwananchi is going to, in the Linda Mwananchi is going to have one person that they're going to speak to. Yes, let them speak to, or let them not even get any followers over there, you know, and they speak. At the end of the day, they will leave and go to wherever they want to go, you know. So Makubura, that is also a conversation that we have to talk about, because there are some videos circulating, especially the speeches that have been made by a number of leaders, and I can quote very well. One was made by Honorable Wanga, Gladys Wanga, that say that if you are hungry, let me look for it. Just to say, I don't know, let me look for it. I'm looking for it, then I will give it to you. So Makubura, let me welcome my good friend Musimamo. Musimama Barigani.
Salama ndugu yangu, hali yako? Unanipata?
Yes, nakusikiza. Msimamo, umeshindaje leo?
Niko sawa ndugu yangu, hali yako?
Niko vyema pia, nashukuru Mola katulinda vizuri.
Salamu nyingi pia upande wa pili ule, upande wa comment section huko kwa kina ndugu zetu Asante kina Dugudia na wengine wale ambao ni wakereketu.
Okay, allow me to just acknowledge them by names. There's Judith at the comment section. Thank you so much, Judith, for finding time to join us and to be with us this evening. There's Omaso. Thank you so much, a good friend, for also finding time to join us, and our good friend Goodyear Gypsy Corner. Thank you so much for finding time to join us again. We really appreciate. And partly, I want to remind you that we are live on our channel, Brother Benson Media. We are also live on our sister channel, Kikao na Sauti. And if you are watching, we request that you kindly like and subscribe. That is if you're watching for the first time, because it is a way of supporting us. And as usual, tutasema ni asante.
Asante sana Makobura for that, and msimamo, labda leo tulikuwa na kongamano pale ambapo rais alikuwa anazungumza na wananchi wa Kenya kuhusu Vision 2030. Wewe maoni yako ni gani?
Kwa kweli kaka, leo nilikuwa kwa pilika nyingi masuala na public participation na kadhalika, yani mida ndio nimeingia nyumbani, sijaweza kufuatilia kwa kina zaidi haswa kongamano. Kwa hiyo hapo kwa kweli Samia ni mbumbumbu haswa mtupu.
Okay, asante sana.
Okay, allow me to just give my views on what you had spoken about the issue of Homabay. And that is why I'm also very particular. What is the need of speaking about 2060 if we are still having a lot of what I can call, is it lack of exposure, or is it, I do not really know how to call it, because it simply shows, I don't know. It portrays something very strange. Because why would an MCA come out in front of leaders? Why would a member of parliament come out? Why would a governor come out to start telling other politicians that they are not supposed to come in that particular county? Do we really understand what the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya says or talks about? It talks about inclusivity. Every Kenyan, whether you are from white or whichever, it does not matter what it talks about, and it gives every Kenyan an opportunity to move in all the borders of the Republic of Kenya, and they can vie, they can interact, they can do whatever they want, so long as it is not against what we call the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. Why would they come out to give such kind of comments? It really degrades. It degrades even quite a lot. It is not a reflection of the good people of Homabay. It is so unfortunate that we still have such kind of leaders who are still belittling, the democracy that we have in the Republic of Kenya. The democracy dictates and gives the people that mandate to move around. It is so petty that you see big leaders like the ones that we saw, leaders that are elected by the people, coming out to give such kind of comments. To me, if the president, and if we had a good government that really understood what governing is, then they would have been arrested, because that is actually going against the right of others. And the Constitution is very clear that you have a right to move throughout. This is threatening the life. And it is not just threatening. Remember, last time when they were going, they got the same threats. And out of that, we saw there was even death that was recorded in that particular area. So these are things we can avoid. Why are they confusing people and bringing a lot of confusion to our next, and where we've been losing people, we've been losing lives, things that can be avoided? We have security apparatus, we have the NIS. What is their role? They're supposed to find a way, come up with ways, because they have already known from the leader's voice, they've known there's going to be insecurity here. What are they then supposed to do? I think we are not being fair enough. Let us first handle the issues affecting the people of Kenya before we start speaking about 2026. And let us come out to say it is a shame, it is a serious shame to the leaders who made those remarks.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Makobura. Today, there was we call it the Engagement on Development tour at Suba Central, where the governor for Homabay, was part of it. And I quote, this is what she said. She said it in mother tongue, but I will try to translate it in English, whereby he said the ODM chair, I quote, Governor Wanga now says she's willing to share her little resources to feed whoever is singing one term because of catch. Catch is hunger. Whoever is singing, so she's willing to feed. She's willing. So I don't know what is the long term, especially because this is a political decision. So if every day somebody will be, if they are willing to sing, for how long will you sustain that? You see that she's willing to share her little resources to feed whoever is singing one term because of catch. For those who are singing one term because of catch or because of hunger. So governor believes, from the statement, she believes that those who are singing one term, they're not singing it because of maybe failure in leadership or of political affiliation, but they are singing because maybe they are hungry. There's lack of food for them. And she is asking them, you can assemble yourself somewhere in small groups. Yeah. So after assembling yourself somewhere in small groups, then give a call to the governor, then governor will send something for you. So that is clerical call, especially I'm quoting what governor said today when she was on development tour at Suba Central. And this is what she said there. Now, my question is, how sustainable it is going to be, especially for those who are singing one term. If they're singing one term because they're hungry, then the governor will be sending money. So for how long will you do this?
Why is the governor not coming out to send the money at this particular point where the people are in need? Why must she wait that when probably they start speaking about another party, then that is when she will come out to give?
Yeah,
I think
actually even during the time that she was having this development tour, and Makubura, I've always said this, and you're talking about now you're working closely with the president. What strategy are you putting in place, especially to make sure that, especially your people that you are leading, one, they're economically empowered. They're empowered economically. Two, what strategies do you put in place such that you have a good running health system for your people? What strategy are you putting in place, especially to make those counties where you're coming from to be economic hub for your people? It is not about politics. Politics, each and every person will have political affiliation. It happened during the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga they had. There are those who are not supporting during the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. There were those who were supporting Moi, there are those who were supporting Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. But these people, they did manage to campaign in those areas. Kibaki did manage to campaign in Homabay. Ruto, when he was running for 2022, managed to campaign in Homabay. Uhuru Kenyatta managed to campaign in Nyanza. What is so difficult in this, such that the Linda Mwananchi, they do not want to see Linda Mwananchi coming to Homabay? What is it that they fear? What is the fear? Maybe if you can let us know. Msimamo, uoga iko wapi? Halo, msimamo.
Uoga ni kwamba mtoto mshamzoesha vya kifuani, kisha ukimbadilisha vya mgongoni na kuwa tabu. Maana hii vyeo tangia au alikuwa unachukuliwa kwamba mtu akipewa cheo anapewa heshima na kuwa watu wanaanguka miguuni. Unaona, kiasi kwamba unawakandamiza na wananyamaza. Lakini sasa hivi vyeo hivi, hiyo Mkenya yuko above hapo, anahitaji huduma na kadhalika. Unaona, so kimtazamo wangu uoga ni kwamba kwanza mtu pindi anapewa nafasi ile ambayo inastahili kwamba itendee haki, anashindwa kutendea haki. Mfano, anahusika masuala na fedha katika hili taifa, kwa hivyo angekuwa haswa fedha ile anasimama haswa kwa ajili ya kuhakikisha kwamba ile nafasi anatendea haki, kwamba sifa ile mwakia pazima katika taifa kwamba ni is among the best CS. Tangia aingie katika hii nyadhifa, mbadi yeye ofisi yake ni kuona fika kwamba Luo Nyanza imeweza kumbackup mheshimiwa Ruto afikapo 2027 na unanipata?
Sawa, endelea kaka.
Sasa unakuta tangia atwikwe haya majukumu ya CS haswa wa juu haswa masuala na fedha ile, ni kwamba kimtazamo wangu hajazingatia maeneo mengine zaidi ya Luo Nyanza, kuhakikisha kwamba Luo Nyanza kwanza yeye ndio kingpin, ndio kusema wafikiana hilo, lakini vile vile kuhakikisha kwamba Luo Nyanza itaweza kumbackup mheshimiwa Ruto ifikapo 2027. Kwa hiyo sasa, kwa kila ambacho nakipanga, akili yake, mawazo yake, mtazamo wake ni kuhakikisha kwamba kura ile imeweza kuhakikisha kwamba imeingiza haswa, na hilo ndio jukumu lake ambalo lipo, na ni kinyume sasa na haya mambo ambayo ametikwa, ndio unakuta kwamba anajipata mwenye off guard katika masuala ya kifedha kama haya ambayo pengine ni yatija, unakuta anashindwa na kuzungumza jambo ambalo litamsikiza, yani litashika mashiko haswa nchi nzima, kwa sababu ni waziri wa nchi nzima, si waziri wa sehemu moja ile. Pili, pia ni yule ambaye ni mkuu wako, kwamba je, anakupa mbavu hizo kuweza kujitanua, ama ukijaribu kuleta kujua zaidi pia na wewe unga unakumwagikia. So unakuta kwamba pia hili nalo linaathiri kwa aina moja ama nyingine, kwamba ndio lazima nitetee unga wangu, kwa hivyo nikienda kinyume na haya ambayo yamewekwa mezani niyazungumze, basi huenda nikamwaga unga wangu. Unakuta mtu anajipata kiongozi sasa hana budi ila kufanya kile ambacho hakina mantiki haswa kwa jamii. Ndio unakuta sasa huu uoga umewaingia, kwa sababu wanaelewa fika sasa hivi ni ngumu kuweza kuiuza sera hii. Mfano, nimefuatilia sasa hivi haya mambo ambayo yameongelewa ni vile vile tu uongo ule ambao unakaribiana na unafananishwa na ukweli kama ilivyokuwa 2022, unaona. Lakini kubwa zaidi nikichangia kabla nitimuliwe hapa ni kwamba haswa haya masuala ya kuongobeshana sasa, ndugu yangu Benson, kwamba fulani hafai kuja hapa, hawa ndio wanaofaa kuchukuliwa hatua. Haya mazao tunaona jana wakigombana kina Junet wa Mohamed, leo tumemkuta haswa akikaangwa hapo na Yvonne kwa hii mambo ya kulaumu huyu because ulitoka huko na sasa hakuna faida tena kwa upande huu na faidi, then huyu ambao ulikuwa unampiga kataona nafaa. Haya mambo yani kwa kweli yanatamausha, na ndio unagundua fika kwamba hawa ambao wanafungamana na upande wa serikali hakuna kitu watachukuliwa, wanaongea pumba, lakini hakuna kitu ambacho atachukuliwa. Yule ambaye anakinzana sasa akizungumza na mbwa huyu anajaribu kuleta tension katika taifa na kadhalika, lakini kwa kweli haswa kiongozi aliyoleta hii vitisho hii, huyu ndio ambaye angefaa haswa kuulizwa haswa maswali, na pia kuhakikisha kwa nini amejihami kinamna gani, kuona kwamba hao watakaovaa t-shirt hizi za Linda Mwananchi kwamba wataona cha mtema kuni, amejipanga namna gani? Je, hawa ndio wanahusika na gunzi? So sheria ingefuata mkondo wake, haswa kama tungekuwa tunaishi katika nchi ambayo inaheshimu katiba na sheria ya nchi. Kaka yangu Ben, asante.
Asante sana Makobura. Kuna pia kiongozi pia kutoka hapo Suba anaitwa ni mheshimiwa nani hapa, let me just see, ndakupatia jina yake. Pia governor amesema kwamba the group of Linda Mwananchi or the movement of Linda Mwananchi have cameras and they will capture you with the cameras with your faces, yeah, because the cameras or the pictures that they're going to get, those are going to be used because they are in business. So what I'm seeing here is just like the leaders, especially the leaders from Homabay, those who are allied to the president, they're trying to discourage the members of the public from attending this rally. That's okay. You can use all strategies within your powers, because remember, one thing that usually happens, this is a strategy for 2027, because Linda Mwananchi has been pulling crowds wherever they go, very, very massive crowds. And being that when you look at Homabay, for instance, Makobura, Homabay, we would say that Her Excellency Governor Gladys Wanga is a big supporter of President William Ruto. Two, we have Mbadi, who is the CS for Treasury, coming from Homabay. We have also Raymond Omolo, who is the PS also, is coming from Homabay. So if you look at Homabay at large, you would say that bigger personalities or big leaders or influential leaders are in broad-based government. So they think that the political class are trying to make sure that the rally for Linda Mwananchi, one, does not does not pull bigger crowd the way they've been pulling, to confirm that Homabay is a two-term zone. That is one. Secondly, it also they're trying also to discredit. Orengo has always been saying that he's the party leader. That supremacy battle of who is more powerful in the Luo Nyanza. So that one could be also a reason why all this is happening. Secondly, it's also to send a message, especially to those who are sitting in the fence. Especially, I've never seen Millie Odhiambo commenting on this Linda Mwananchi. He has been very silent on it. Those sitting in the fence, that okay, you have to be a two-term. Makobura, what is your take on this, especially
before Makabura, labda pengine nitie tu kidogo tu kaneno hapo. So kwa hali hii, je, inaipa nafasi ipi demokrasia ambayo imepigiwa haswa upato na imepigiwa upato haswa na mheshimiwa mwenda zake Raila Odinga? Uhuru haswa huu wa demokrasia ya huyu aeleza sera zake aende na huyu uko wapi, ikiwa hofu ni hii? Ndio maana nasema hivi, hawa wamepewa hizi ngazi si kwa ajili ya wewe mwananchi wa Homabay, ni kwa ajili yao. So by the time mtakubaliana na wao, basi wao watakuwa wametengeza dili yao imeshakamilika. So tunauzwa kiujanja hapo, kwa sababu haki ya ukweli ni maoni ya viongozi, yasikiwe na mwananchi, tena apewe nafasi ya kuweza kujiamulia wapi pande atakaosimama bila kushurutishwa. Lakini kama hawa vigogo wote watatu wanatoka hapa na wanafanwa waafiki hili kwamba wanaogopa kwamba huenda pengine haswa ikaleta picha nyingine tofauti kwa sababu ya hawa jamaa wanavyo pull crowd, let them pull the crowd, kwa sababu hiyo ndio kusema, ndio mwananchi natakuwa amesema mahali yupo, na wacha kila mtu ajionee haswa hii wasi ya kwamba mnaweka vikwazo. Hii na hujumu haswa demokrasia ambayo haswa wengi wao hapo wameweza kuwapa katika viapo vyao kwamba wataweza kuilinda katiba ya nchi na kadhalika, ambapo ndani ya hiyo katiba kuna uhuru wa kujieleza ambao umepiganiwa kwa jasho. Sunadama, asante.
Asante sana Makobura, we maoni yako ni gani kulingana na haya ambayo tunapata? Hata leo Babu Owino alikuwa na mazungumzo katika radio fulani, na kuna mambo ambayo let me just say something here before you come in. This is what Babu Owino today had today morning. Babu had a conversation in one of the radio station, and Babu revealed, and he has alleged that Homabay governor, he has accused Homabay governor Wanga and Kaluma are holding series of meetings planning to attack Linda Mwananchi rally in Homabay. That was what Babu Owino was saying today when he was having a conversation in one of the radio stations. Why would that one happen?
Yeah, let me say this. I think it is so petty for leaders like governor and the PS and all those kind of people to be discussing or coming up with ways of probably trying to stop an opposition from coming to give their manifesto to interact with the people. I think that is lying too low. Why the fear? Raila Amolo Odinga taught them very well, who is their former master, that give the people opportunity, even the weak, give them the opportunity, let them come, sing their songs. If their songs are therefore nice for people to dance, let the people dance. I think that is what should be there. And that again is what democracy speaks about. I think whatever the government through their proxies, that is the governor and all those kind of people who are trying to take us back to where we came from.
Yeah.
I think they need to rethink because we're in a free country. We are in a country where people have the freedom of movement, giving their views as they've always done. And what worries me again is that whenever people are out of government, when they are in government, they misuse power. And when they are out of government, when power is misused towards them, they
Uh-huh.
cry the loudest. And that is the
Mhm.
most, I think it's the toughest thing for me to understand because if it is this on the right, they play it
Yeah.
as it as if it is theirs and they have all the freedom and everything. They have all the powers. When it turns
Mhm.
against them, the
Mhm.
cries are all over.
All right.
So what I'm seeing is the people of Homabay
Mhm.
or the leadership of Homabay are fearful of the fact that the ground is not really with them, and therefore
Mhm.
them going to sit down to come up with a way of stopping the opposition. It is a smart way of simply telling them that tumekubali mumetushinda, but we are not going to allow you, because if truly the ground was with them, they would not block them. They would allow them to come
Yeah.
and go. Those people do not stay there. These
Yeah.
are people who are passing. Politics and campaigns are things which are passing like a wind. Allow the wind to
Mhm.
pass. If it has gone, you will be left there. Hapo ni kwenyu.
Mhm.
If it passes with some few people, it is well and
Yeah.
good. That is how politics is being played. What is
Mhm.
wrong? Trying to make it tough to an extent where, to what benefit do they get if they planned some cures against them? Probably people would be killed. These people are families, they are fathers, they are brothers and sisters. How would they then feel? When you plan chaos, the people who get hurt at that particular chaos, their
Mhm.
blood actually on you. And that is why we've always seen this political class. Their families have never gone or have a straight, good lifestyle because the bad things and the bad plans that they've always met had or planned on the people
Yes.
are then turning back to theirs. That is
Mhm.
why we've seen quite a number of them. The majority have never gotten to the right point. That is the truth of the matter. They
Mhm.
can be billionaires today, but in the future, their families, we can give you quite a number. Remember, the most famous PSS that were coming from Luo Nyanza during the government of Kenyatta, the government of Moi. Where are they today?
Mhm.
Where are they today? With the many atrocities that they meted or they took, on the people. So these people need to come back to their minds and their senses. Today they're telling us, oh, the government, eh, Pesa sleeps in Homabay. It is only Mbadi who is being paid by the government and his wife and his children. It is them who are enjoying that money and some few close allies. It is not the people of Homabay. By the fact that it's coming from Homabay, it does not then warrant and says or give the people of Homabay an opportunity to start swaying or moving around, saying that they're in government.
Okay. All right. All right.
The
Uh,
political class, that is the likes of Wanga, they need to be. You can hear me? I'm saying that the likes of Wanga should understand that it is them who are governors. It is not the people. If they want the people to help them protect their interest, then they also have to work for the people.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Makobura. And I want us also to look at it this way. We are seeing, especially, a situation whereby when Linda Mwananchi goes to other areas, especially we saw they had their rally in Western Kenya. It was very successful. Sifuna had to go back again. It was very successful. And when you look at the people who are in the government, we have especially Wycliffe or Paranya, we have Musalia Mudavadi, we have Moses Wetangula, who is third in command, and we have some other quite a number of leaders who are have been given positions in that area, but you find that they did give that space for Linda Wananchi to do their rally, and they left. What is so difficult, especially to the people of Homabay, especially not people, but generally the leaders of Homabay?
I can call it primitivity.
What?
I can simply call it primitivity. I can simply call it, bad governance, lack of it. It is actually not lack of exposure. These people are trying to tell the president that we've got hold of this place.
Yeah.
And one thing they don't understand is they don't have the control. It is the money they're using, which they're giving to control. I mean, to get hold. If the money is not there, there is nothing. They are nothing. So they are trying to simply convince by all means that they have the capacity. But the truth of the matter is there is no capacity. It is money that is being used. It is money that is talking. It is so bad that Luo Nyanza, a part of the areas where there was what we call political maturity, and today the people of those areas, some of them are being used to chase fellow citizens. They're being used. It is so bad. These leaders needs to be called by their names so that they can change and do what is right.
Okay, thank you so much. Msimamo, labda wewe nataka nisikie wazo lako, kwa sababu tumeona wakati ambapo Linda Wananchi walikuwa katika mkoa wa Magharibi, walipata nafasi kufanya kikao chao na rali zao bila shida, na ukiangalia kuna viongozi ambao wako katika serikali tena wako na nyadhifa muhimu sana, lakini watu wa Western waliwawachia nafasi sana sana wafuasi wa Mudavadi, Wetangula, wakafanya mkutano yao, wakamaliza, wakaenda. Na labda mbona Homabay tunaona kuna utofauti sana, kwa sababu ukiangalia Homabay pia kuna watu wengi ambao wako katika serikali, ama wale ambao wanapigia serikali ya William Ruto upato ama ushindi, ama wanashabikia serikali ya William Ruto. Tofauti ni gani? Kwa sababu hii ni serikali moja tu. Mbona hapa naye tunaona kuna vikwazo, na kule wale maviongozi walisema nyinyi fanyeni yenyu, sisi tutakuja kufanya chetu, ni kushindana. Unadhani tofauti ni gani, ama shida iko wapi?
Maturity. Hawa wamekomaa kisiasa na wanaelewa katika siasa kuna kushindwa na kushinda. So wanaelewa, lakini sasa hapa kuna ile maguvu lazima, na sidhani kwamba wanachokifanya kwamba kuwalazimisha aswa mbuzi kwenye mto wanaweza, lakini sidhani kama wataweza kuwalazimisha wanywe maji lazima. Vitisho hivi kama tuna kumbukumbu haswa tulivishuhudia wakati Linda Mwananchi walikuwa haswa wanaelekea Kisumu. Vitisho kama hivi vilijitokeza kwamba wasikinyage eneo lile kabisa. Ni eneo ambalo kwa kweli haswa la tuta baadhi ya viongozi na wengine ambao walikuwa wanafungamana na upande ule, but mwisho wa siku tulishuhudia wananchi ndio walikuwa wa kwanza kuweza kulinda na kuhakikisha kwamba wanatimua wale wengine. I don't believe kwamba the same thing applies to Homabay. Regardless kwamba viongozi wapo, lakini hawapo kwa niaba ya wananchi. Hiyo ndio tofauti. Wapo kwa ajili ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanapata zaidi sifa kwa their godfather, kwamba unaona sisi ndio vidume bwana kwetu, hatukubali ujinga. Hawa jamaa tuliwazuia haswa hawakuja, lakini siasa ya kuziana inaonyesha kwamba pia hao wenyewe haswa katika swala la uongozi hawapo. Wapo kwa ajili ya tumbo zao. Kwa hivyo huu nafikiri ni si ukomavu wa kisiasa wanaofanya, na pia si yale ambayo ni maadili haswa yanaofaa haswa kisawasawa katika jamii, kwa sababu mwisho wa siku watakaoumia hapa ni wananchi ambao ni wapiga kura, wale ambao haswa ni walalahoi sawasawa na wengine tu kama sisi, kwamba ndio tutapiganishwa pale. Maana uongo si kazi. Hatutaona familia pale ya PS ikishughulika katika masuala ya kuzuia Linda Mwananchi, wala hatutashuhudia haswa familia haswa ya CS bali ikifanya hivyo, ama familia ya Wanga ambao ndio vigogo wale wa kisiasa upande ule. Hawatajaribu hata kuonekana upande huo. their families are going to be well protected, na wataendelea na shughuli zao na mambo yao. Wale ambao watapiganishwa ni sisi ambao haswa tumerushiwa punje, tena tumenyofolewa manyoya, alafu tumerushiwa punje, tunaenda tunaumizana wenyewe kwa wenyewe, na katika hii hali basi inaonyesha utepetevu kwamba hawa jamaa ama hawa viongozi hawafai kamwe haswa akuweza kupewa na nyadhifa ama nafasi tena ya kuweza kuongoza haswa katika ile taifa, kwa sababu kwa kweli kile wanaashiria haswa ni jambo ambalo kwa kweli haswa si demokrasia ile ambayo tunataka kuiona ikifanya kazi mazima, ikiwa imeongozwa na katiba na sheria ya nchi.
Okay.
Kwa hivyo ni ulumbukeni wa kisiasa, naweza nikasema hivyo, lakini tofauti ya kule kuna ukomavu wa kisiasa, kwa sababu ndio kuna wale walikuwa wanafungamana sawa na upande wa serikali kina Mdavadi na kadhalika, watu waletulia, wacha hawa wazungumze yao na sisi tutakwenda na yetu. Wananchi ndio waamuzi, kwa sababu hapa wote wao ni wananchi ndio waamuzi, so wangewaacha Linda Mwananchi wazungumze yao, then hao wakufungamana nao na Linda na tutam yao na yale ambayo waje wananchi waone sasa baina ya hawa na hawa watakwenda wapi. Lakini already wanajua kwamba fika pale ni wanalazimisha tu mbuzi washashikisha kwa mto, lakini itakuwa ngumu kuonyeshwa maji lazima. Asante.
Asante sana. Makubura, mi nataka, unajua, there's something that I always have been speaking about here, about what is happening with this mobilization and the young people, or those who are being mobilized, either from both sides. We are not taking sides here, because I know even Linda Mwananchi, they're not just going there. They also have to be prepared, because they have the intelligence, because they also have their people on the ground who are telling them especially what is happening. So they're not just going to go there. They also have to prepare themselves with their private security. And at the end of the day, if this goes without the leaders themselves, the people who are going to lose their lives are the young people. And this is what has always happened, Makobura. The money that is being used to procure these young people, especially to cause chaos, is a small money. It is maybe at most you can get maybe 2,000 shillings. You know, after getting that 2,000, at most 2,000 shillings. You know, when you get this 2,000 shillings, maybe you go there, you meet these two groups that will be worrying, because like it will be a death zone. Somebody will have to lose his life. We are going to be here on Monday, and we will be discussing about death that could have been prevented, because there's some of these things can be prevented. Yeah, we have
they can be avoided.
Yeah, true. We can be proactive enough and say that, okay, we are not going to engage in this situation. So after the death of these young men, if it happens, you will see the same members of parliament will even send almost like they will build for you good house. They will build your mother a good house, 1.5 million or 3 million used in the building house, and bring good tents, make sure that the people who are coming to say goodbye to you enjoy a very good meal at the expenses of 2,000. So as a youth or as somebody who has been hired as a goon, also you have to look at your worth. In death, your worth is 3.5 million. That is your worth. When you die, especially when the politicians will come and give all this money, you are 3.5. That is your value at death. But your value when you go and say that you're protecting is only 2,000. So you have to choose between 2,000 and 3.5 million.
Yeah.
So it is also
the problem
themselves, not even the leaders, the people who are being hired or procured to cause this mayhem. Think about your life. These members of parliament or these leaders, they enjoy a lot. Yeah, their children are not going to be there. I do not think that they usually give their children 2,000 and all those small monies, to you to create all those chaos. Be wise enough.
Okay, you know where the problem is? I want to say that the government or the leadership, let me say the political class, they've gotten to a point where I can call it they've brought confusion. The environment is so confused, the environment is so polluted to an extent where these people have no alternative but sometimes to accept, to misbehave. That is the environment that has been created. I can say that the political class understands that there's a challenge on the ground, lack of job opportunities, and all those kind of things. And again, majority of them have gotten into drug, are using drugs, not because they want. Some of them got into drugs out of depression. Some of them got into drugs out of they have nothing to do. After getting into this now, the challenge or the problem now is if they are intoxicated, they have no alternative but to do the most grievous activities. That is why, even with the many warnings that have been given, you will still see them coming out.
Yep.
Understand what is it that they're going to use the money that they've been given. You will realize that this money is going to be used to purchase these drugs. So some of these young people, they just want to get high, and whenever they're high, they will be used. They will be used and given the least amount of money. So the challenge and the problem here is it is not easy to control all these kind of things because the political class has managed to ensure that the ground is that loose. There's what we call a loose ground. It is loose to an extent where whatever you bring or you put on the table, they will accept it. It is loose to an extent where whatever you bring on the table, you will automatically find people who are willing. You will automatically find high people, drug addicts, and all those kind of things. So, as much as we are also trying to simply tell them it is not right, don't come out, some of them they really wish not to come out or to get out. But if they look at their lifestyle, majority of them, some of them are loose top. And so what they are currently staying or doing is whatever comes on their way. That is the challenge. There's a lot of uh, people who have lost hope in this republic. Most of the young people, they are saying they wake up and do whatever has been, whatever has presented itself on the table. Whether it is what is going to finish them, they don't care so long as they live that particular life on that particular day. So it is not easy. I think it is not easy. The only thing now you can do if you are religious people is simply to pray for the young people because the government has failed. And if the government has failed to give or to use the required resources to solve the problems or the challenges that the youths are facing, then we will end up seeing these young people being hired at 50 shillings, being promised to be given food. Like Wanga was saying that if you feel like you want to shout to one term, then come, I will give you food. Look at the kind of proposals that are being brought forth by leaders, by governors. People are being paid million plus. All they see is how wako na njaa. Ukiona wanaimba one time, they have, they need to eat. Upon eating, they will be satisfied. That is how they view this. Look at how shallow, how shallow they are looking at the challenges of the problems. And so today they are speaking about 2060, and typical Kenyans from different parts of the Republic of Kenya cannot and do not have the capacity to afford the basic needs that they require. Things to do with food, shelter, and all those kind of things. The leaders know. Governor Wanga knows that when you see people speaking or moving around, then they need to eat. If they are given food, they will be quiet. Imagine that is a governor acknowledging one thing. From that kind of talk, it simply tells you that it is true. The people cannot afford basic needs. The people cannot afford food. But what are they doing to capture this? I mean, to solve this? Those are the issues or the questions that we are asking.
Yeah.
It is so unfortunate.
Thank you so much, Makobura. And you know, I'm just being very factual here, especially with the leadership, and based on the remarks that were said by the governor, because like you said that if you're being paid, you know, the solution is not about money, and that's why you've always seen that majority of politicians, they've always believed that money is everything. But what is here is this is a situation whereby buying the taking your situation, your financial situation, to buy it with your votes, especially knowing very well that okay, you do not, you are hungry, yeah, and if you are hungry, is that I have to give you money, you know. And that's why I was saying this. What are the strategies that you're putting in place as a governor for that particular county to make sure that the majority of young men who are in that constituency are getting employment? Remember, there was a day we had what we called the Mokwa. I don't know how that factory for maize meal and packaging ended. It was
You know,
launched.
that was brought out of emotions. Anything that is founded
Yeah,
on emotional,
yeah,
uh, anything that is, any foundation that is laid with what we call emotions, it can never thrive. It was a
yeah.
good idea.
It
But
was a
remember, they came up with it to counter the then president, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta.
no. That one was done during the Moi. No, not Uhuru president. It was done within the President William Ruto term. I can remember the first year of
Was
President
it
William Ruto.
was yeah
Yes,
was it yeah when oh yeah, President William Ruto, when
administration.
they were still in the opposition, when they were still against the government,
Yeah,
and it was brought up, and they came up with the mentality of this is Nyanza based. Let us sell it within. Let us not buy from other place.
mm.
You know, where did it get? Out of emotion, you can never succeed.
Okay. All right, Makobura. I'm yet to attend to some issue. Maybe I don't know whether you will continue with my good friend Msimamo. Then I might join you later.
Okay. Yeah. So I think Msimamo, allow me. I'll give you a chance to simply you give your view on anything that is still you wanted to add on that issue before I look into. I bring any other topic.
I have nothing to add. Kindly, you can bring.
Okay. I don't know whether you watched the explainer at Citizen where Junet Mohammed was being asked some serious questions about the comments that he made concerning the country. And if you can remember, he was asked about the money that he was giving. It was around 7 million and then 3 million, a total of 10 million. And he was asked if he could explain where the money came. And he asked whether he was being audited and that he was not ready for that particular moment. What is your view on that? As much as the people are trying to call for accountability, where are the political class getting the money? Bwana Msimamo. And what is your view on how he answered or how vile alikwepa hiyo swali? Na maoni gani?
Yeye amekwepa maswali mengi, ndugu yangu Mark. Yani amejaribu tu. Mfano, licha tu ya hili, kuna lile ambalo ameulizwa pia la wewe, mbona uliongea kauli hii wakati ule, na Gachagua ameongea kauli hii, utofauti wake uko wapi? Anasema mimi wakati ulikuwa ni kampeni. Akaulizwa tena, kwani hii ina tofauti gani? Yani kuna vitu vingi ameweza kujikaanga na kujipiga chenga. Kwa si moja tu ya hili ya hizi pesa peke yake, ni mengi ambayo kwa kweli nimefuatilia hii interview barabara zaidi. Kwa kweli mimi yani nimeona akinitia tu changa la macho, lakini kwa kweli hakuitendea haki haswa hata madai yale ambayo alikuwa anampinga haswa Gachagua tangia jana alivyotoka kwa press conference na kuzungumza haya, kwa sababu mwisho wa siku kauli yake mwenyewe imeweza kumkaanga. Unaona, mfano ameulizwa swala lingine la minority na majority. kwamba sasa hivi ni vipi, na akasema kwamba pale bunge ya opposition wala government wote wanaweka tu masuala yao pamoja, kwamba wanachaguana wao ni minority hawa. Sasa nikajiuliza itakuwaje kwamba atupeleke visivyo, kwa sababu tangia awali tunajua minority ni wale ambao haswa wamechaguliwa haswa kwa uchache haswa katika bunge lile, na mara nyingi linabaki kwa upande wa opposition ambao wanakuwa ni wachache, haswa wabunge wachache wale. So unakuwa na kiongozi wao ambaye ataweza kuwakilisha, ndo unakuta kwamba inafungamana na opposition. Sasa yeye katika ile swali amelikwepa sawa sawa na hili la hizi pesa, kwamba haswa hizi pesa wanazipata wapi wanasiasa, akalikwepa zaidi. So kwa kweli amekwepa vitu vingi na hajaitendea haki ile nafasi ya kuweza kuijibu sasa tetesi zile ambazo aliweza kutokana nazo na Imani Chungwa wakimpinga haswa Mheshimiwa Gachagua kwa yale ambayo alikuwa ameweza kuyazungumza, unaona mazima. Kwa hiyo to me sina usemi mwingi, kwa sababu nimegundua Afrika yeye anatungula tu siasa, lakini in totality yale mambo ambayo ni serious ambayo amekuwa rais hajaweza kuyazungumza swa kwa kina zaidi ya kuweza kuleta tu siasa ya kupakana matope, unaona. Kwa hiyo accountability kwa wanasiasa inakuwa ngumu, kwa sababu wako pale kwa mahesabu ya hela. Yeye alikuwa anaipinga hii serikali tangia awal mwanzoni wa hii regime, na wakati ulikuwa hana kitu ambacho anafaidi, but inaonekana sasa hivi kuna vile ambavyo anafaidi kiasi kwamba sasa hivi anaiunga mkono mazima. Maana kwa swala la agreement kwamba wao wamefungamana, amekwepa kwamba yeye bado yuko kwa Azimio, unaona, na wale ni Kenya Kwanza. Alafu najiuliza tena maswali, kuna vitu vingi amejicontradict yeye mwenyewe haswa ukifutalia kwa kina zaidi. Kwa hiyo interview kwa kweli hajajitendea haki katika yale ambayo ameweza kujitokeza jana kwa press conference kuweza kumpinga Mheshimiwa Gachagua. Maana maswali ya interview ya Yvonne kwa kweli ameweza kuyakwepa tu kwa namna moja ama nyingine, unaona kaka. Kwa hiyo accountability kwa wanasiasa hao ambao ni walafi wa uchu na madaraka, kwa kweli itakuwa ngumu kueleza hela wanazozipata na kuzitumia wanazitoa wapi, itakuwa ngumu wao kueleza kaka. Asante.
Okay, thank you so much Bwana Msimamo. Allow me to just say a big thank you to our good friend Goodyear for the support that you have given to us as a channel. We really appreciate, and wherever you are, we simply say may God bless you so much. Bwana Msimamo, if again you watched that particular interview, and you remember Yvonne asking Junet, what has changed? When you were in opposition, you used to make similar remarks that Rigathi Gachagua is currently making. What has changed? Why are you trying to justify? Why are they coming out to give comments which are literally against the opposition, while if they were in opposition, they would make similar allegations and nothing was done to them? What is your view? Msimamo? Msimamo, can you hear me? I think I don't know whether you are muted or what. And there's a comment here. Thanks for being loyal to the team and the knowledge and Kiswahili you bring. Thanks. This is for water. Thank you so much, Goodyear. We really appreciate so much the consistency in support that you've given us. We are so happy that you've always been there for us. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. And allow me to just remind our viewers that today we've been giving our views on why Linda Mwananchi and Sifuna Orengo Babu condemned the planned attackers on mega rally in Homabay. You know, this is something that is is being talked about. And the question people are asking is, what is the need of trying to block or to stop other political class from giving their views or moving throughout the Republic of Kenya on their way campaigning if your party or the people that you support are also being given the opportunity to move in the entire country? Those are some of the questions, and I can say that the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya is very clear. It clarifies very well to what extent the people are supposed to move or to interact or to give their views. It is similar. It does not say a specific group, those in government, those in opposition, and therefore Kenyans expect a transparent government, a government that follows law and order, a government that then respects the constitution that is at hand. And that is why I can say that it is not right for leaders to start planning negative things, start planning attack, or to even warn other leaders, from visiting their areas. It brings or shows a lot of shame. It shows a lot of primitivity, because these are some of the things that were being done before the multi-party. Multi-partyism, people fought for it, people shed blood. The Constitution 2010, it came out of struggle, out of fights, that has to be respected, that has to be honored. It is so unfair for certain leaders to make remarks which are divisive, remarks which are not respectful, remarks which are going against the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, a constitution that all the leaders, in whichever capacity, while taking oath, they did promise that they will honor, they will respect, and they will work within that particular constitution. Msimamo, you were giving your views before you dropped.
Oh, pole ndugu yangu, najua nilikuwa na lakini najua simu zetu hizi za kulipia zina tabu bwana, mara najipata imekatwa hata nikiwa anyway, yote 9:10 nimerudi, unaona. So
Just to let you
sio
know,
ulikuwa
our good friend Goodyear did send something here, and he said, thanks for being loyal to the team, the knowledge and the Kiswahili you bring. Thanks. This is for your water. Yeah, I think you can see that on the screen. As you give your views, you can as well give or speak to Goodyear.
Oh, asante sana ndugu yangu Kelvin, hata tulikuwa sijaingilia pale zaidi, nikaona patabarikiwe zaidi, na hakikisha Mungu ajalie aswa palipopungua pada pajaze maradufu zaidi, ili hakika aswa tukapate kula na kunywa papo hapo, unaona. Yani Mungu ameajalie zaidi. Nimeshukuru aswa pakubwa zaidi, shukrani zangu tunaza dhati aswa kwa moyo mkunjufu kwa ndugu yangu Agudia, kwa hiyo support ambayo ameweza kutusupport for him.
Okay, thank you. So you can
proceed.
Yes, you can proceed with your remarks. Thank you so much.
Unajua nimepotea tena nilivyokuwa nahangaika ulikuwa umeniuliza swali gani pale, ni angalau nirudi tena katika ramani ile, bwana nimepoteza
dira. If you watch the interview, there was Junet. While there were quite a number of videos that were played, while he was serving as the opposition, he made some remarks which were not right, which were attacking the then government. Today, when Rigathi Gachagua makes similar remarks attacking the government, he comes out to start calling Rigathi Gachagua names. He comes out together with the government side to start speaking some other things. And the question was, what are said and what are the differences? why is it that you did this? And if someone else is doing it now, it is not right. He should be arrested. He should be banned. What has changed? He didn't really give
hapa
any
kaka,
view that made sense.
hapa ndo kwambia kama nilivyotangulia kusema tangia awali kwamba hapa ndo kuna nikanganya mimi kwamba kikishikwa kina malizi yake, kikiachiliwa kina malizi yake. Huo ni msemo wa babu huko, alikuwa anatufundisha kwamba mtu anaposhikwa swala tatizo ama fungamani ama na nini, basi anakule kunyenyekea. Siku anapoachiliwa na lile tatizo nini, na pia anabadilika katika hali nyingine, maana kule kunyenyekea kuna muondokea. So for real hapa naika tu sawa sawa na haya mambo ambayo yanazungumzwa na Mheshimiwa Junet kwamba safari hii kauli ya Gachagua ni mbaya, lakini kauli yake yeye mwenyewe aliyoitenga aliyozungumza tena amepewa na tarehe na siku, akasema hiyo ilikuwa sawa, maana ilikuwa ni wakati wa siasa. Kwani haya yaliyozungumzwa yamezungumzwa nje ya siasa ama yako ndani ya siasa? So kwa kweli unagundua fika si Junet tu, ni baadhi ya viongozi wale ambao hawana msimamo kwa kweli, wapo kwa kule ambako kuna wafaidi wanaelekea huko, unaona, kisha baadaye wanabadilisha tune. Na si yeye tu, niteka mfano kama mheshimiwa wetu huku Pwani, yule anaamini na kama mbaya the wale walikuwa na oppose government in totality, but for now vinyi ambavyo ameweza kubadilika kiasi kile kwamba anaamini fika kwanza yeye ana support because yuko ndani anakula mshahara na kadhalika. So Junet ni kwa sababu yuko minority, anakula hiyo pension ya minority ambayo haswa haimfai kwa sasa hivi, kwa sababu yeye amefungamana na serikali, anaipongeza serikali kwa jukumu lile la minority, basi imeachia wale ambao wana oppose haswa government. But hilo ameeleza kulikwepa, akasema kwamba pale bungeni wanafanya yao zaidi, kinyume na kile ambacho wengi tunakifahamu sisi. Akajaribu kunukuu na baadhi ya vipengee pale, unaona. Lakini kutoka katika semi hizi, yeye ndo wa kwanza alikuwa na critique, anampinga sana Mheshimiwa Ruto, hata kusema kwamba yeye angekuwa na nafasi angeweza kumfunga haswa jela. Lakini alipoulizwa ile swali la kwamba wewe mwenyewe ulitaka kusema kwamba, anasema mimi si hatukupata power, hatukupata madaraka, kwa hivyo siwezi lizungumzia sasa hivi hili kwa sababu. So unaona jinsi wewe ambaye alikuwa anakwepa haya maswali kwa sababu ambazo ni shalo kabisa, na tukizingatia lile ambalo swali lilizungumzwa na Mheshimiwa Gachagua jana pale kwa ni zito mno, kwa sababu tunataka kujua vitu vilivyo ndani zaidi ambavyo yeye havizungumzii, bali kujaribu siasa ya kupakana matope kwa kweli. Na siasa kupakana matope imeishiwa na wakati, kwa sababu Mkenya kila anakihitaji ni huduma, si kufinyiliwa mpaka na kubanwa mbavu kiasi kwamba hakupumua inakuwa ngumu, unaona. So kwa kweli nikimalizia, kaka yangu Mark, Junet hajaitendea na haki nafasi ile ambayo ametengewa muda huu, haswa na ni muda ule akifanywa interview na Ivan, na Ivan ameweza kumpikwa kwa maswali ambayo alikuwa nyeti mno, na kwa sababu hajatendea haki, basi namuidhinisha kwa wale viongozi ambao wapo tu kwa upande wa kula, kwa sababu akatemwa haswa kwenye serikali. Naamini ndio wa kwanza atakayeungana na Gachagua akijaribu tena so ni wale ambao wanatumia hiyo nafasi kuweza kujinufaisha na kukana. Ndio maana walikuwa kwa ODM hii walikuwa tu wapo kwa ajili ya kumtumia mzee na kuweza kumweka kama kivuli, ili waweze kutimiza yale ambayo yanawasibu, lakini si kwa manufaa ya hili taifa wala manufaa ya wale ambao anawaongoza kwa kweli. Asante.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Bwana Msimamo, for your participation and of course for your take. Allow me to just say a big thank you to our viewers, starting from Goodyear, Judith, Brenda, Omaso, and everyone who has been watching. Allow me to acknowledge Frederick, Mike, Alex, Sharon, and Lamek, and everyone who has been here with us. We really appreciate. I want to remind you that this is Brother Benson Media. We are also live on our sister channel, Kikaona Sauti. And if you're watching for the first time, we request that you kindly like and subscribe. If you do so, it is a way of supporting us. And as usual, we will be grateful Msimamo, I'll give you a chance so that you can give your last remarks before we close. Msimamo.
Maoni yangu ya mwisho kaka yangu ni kwamba sisi ni ndugu. Hili taifa haswa hususwa sisi wapiga kura ambao sasa hivi ni wakati wetu ambao ndo tunahitajika mno. Kila pande sasa hivi inatutazama sie wapiga kura. Langu la kukumbusha tu haswa ndugu zangu wale wapiga kura wenye msimamo na kulitakia taifa letu mema, lakini vile vile pia na kutaka uongozi ambao utakuwa bora zaidi kwa niaba ya sisi sasa hivi, lakini vile vile haswa na kujenga misingi ya vizazi vinavyokuja katika masuala ya siasa. Kwa kweli ni lazima tuondokane haswa na ukawaida, ushabiki, ungome, ujamii na tuhesabiane bora. Na kwa kuhesabiana bora ni kwa kuweza kuchagua magugu dhidi ya mbegu. Maana tukifanya makosa tu kidogo tutaweza kuyachagua magugu na kuyaweka galani badala ya kwamba tuweke mbegu galani. Huu ni wakati ambao tumebakisha mwaka mmoja, sasa tuende katika swala la uchaguzi mkubwa, uchaguzi mkuu ule unaokuja swa 2027. Hivyo langu ni kuwarai kwamba ni wakati wa kusema, wacha tuitumie sauti ambayo haswa imetengwa haswa pale katika kifungu cha kwanza haswa cha katiba yetu kwamba mwananchi ndio kusema, basi wacha tuseme. Hii mambo ya kutumika haswa kama gunzi kwa shilingi 2 kisha tuishiwe kujengewa manyumba hatuyaoni, maana tumeondoka katika hii dunia, then wale wamebaki badala ya majonzi ili wapotezwe majonzi wanajengewa nyumba ya milioni, kwa maana mwisho wa siku hajakuwa na uwezo wa kujenga nyumba kama kusaulishwa. Kwa kweli hakika thamani ya mtu haezi jengewa nyumba wala haezi lipo haswa kwa hela. Thamani ya mwananchi akiondoka, wacha aondoke haswa kwa sababu Mungu mwenyewe, hiyo ni jadi, lakini sio ni kwa sababu kwamba ameenda pale kwa kuweza kutumwa kwenda kuzuia vurugu ama kwenda kuleta tafrani na kwenda kumuumiza mwananchi mwenzake ambaye mwisho wa siku wote wataishia haswa kuwasomesha watoto wao haswa shule za government, na wengine haswa wakisomesha shule ambazo zina tija zaidi kwa sababu wana mbavu. Kwa hivyo umoja wetu ndio nguvu yetu, na naamini kwamba haswa tukitambua hilo, basi hatutakuwa na kwamba huyu ni walio Nyanza wala huyu ni wa Coast, hatutakuwa huyu ni wa North Eastern wala huyu ni wa Eastern wala huyu ni wa Central. Tutafanya maamuzi yenye tija pindi haswa tutakapoenda haswa katika chaguzi mkuu huu unaokuja, kwa kuhakikisha kwamba sauti yetu pale debeni, basi tumeweza kuangamua hawa magugu ambao wapo kwa ajili ya tumbo zao na wanatutumia kwa ajili ya hela zetu ambazo hasa wameweza kuzihifadhi, kisha wanazileta tena kwetu kuweza kutukanganya kwa kisingizio kwamba jamii hii inalengwa, sisi jamii hii ni wakati wetu, huu ndio nafasi yetu peke yake. Tukiacha hizi kauli hizi kiletwa kwa viongozi, tuwe makini haswa, maana hawatufai haswa kurejesha tena katika uongozi. Wale ambao tutawaamini wale wataturejesha katika mfumo maalum ambao utaweza kuleta muongozo ule ambao umeletwa haswa katika katiba yetu hii ambayo haswa imepiganiwa kwa miaka na mikaka, ambao haswa bado ni changa sasa hivi, iweze kwamba inatupa sauti na viongozi watuamini kwamba sisi ndio waajiri wao, kisha tuone kwamba fika wanafanya maneno haswa ambayo yanayolengana na katiba yetu. Kwa hivyo ili tufanye hivi, basi ni umoja wetu haswa kujitokeza kwa nguvu mno. Kwa hivyo wale ambao hawajakuwa kadi wakawe kadi, na wale ambao haswa wako tayari, basi tuwe tayari kikamilifu ili kusudi ipite haswa ile ambalo lilijiri 2022 kwa kufanya maamuzi yenye tija zaidi ambayo itakuwa unanimous vote, ndio itakayotuokoa katika ile taifa. Lakini siasa ya mtu wetu, siasa ya hii ngome sisi, hiyo siasa kwa kweli imetukaanga tangia uhuru, na lazima ifike mwisho sasa hivi kwa manufaa yetu, lakini kwa manufaa ambayo haswa ni ya vizazi vinavyokuja. Mimi Max na mengi yangu ndiyo nasaha tu, ili niwashukuru ndugu zangu wale ambao pia wametenga muda wao upande wa comment section. Unaona ndugu yangu haswa Gudia, Brenda, na kuna Judith, unaona kuna huyu jamangu wa Mbavuni pia ambaye siwezi kumsahau hapa, najaribu kuangalia kidogo haswa ni kiperuzi, lakini pia kwa totality kwa wote ambao wamejumuika upande wa comment section pia niwaage kwamba kesho ni siku, na wale ambao pia hawakuweza kuwa kwa comment section lakini wametenga muda wao popote pale kutusikiza, pia kesho ni siku tutakuwa hapa ili kuweza kuliendeleza hili la kuzungumza kweli, ili mwisho wa siku angalau tutapata kuwekwa huru. Maana hayo ndio maagizo ya vitabu vyetu vinavyotuongoza kwamba sema kweli uwekwe huru, japo mtu yeyote anasimama kwa kweli na kweli, basi sometimes hujipata kuwa peke yake. This time around wacha tuwe wengi, angalau haswa tuupangue huu msemo kwamba mwenye kusema kweli anajipata peke yake mwisho wa siku. Wacha this time around tuzungumze kweli pale debeni, ili tusijipate peke yetu, bali tujipate katika wengi, maana wengi wape siku zote. Asante.
Okay, thank you so much, good friend Bwana Msimamo, for taking time to join us and for coming to give us your views. We really appreciate. Allow me to also acknowledge Mr. Brother Ben for also finding time to join and to be with us before he left. We appreciate. Not forgetting our good friends at the comment section. Goodia, Judith, Amaso, Brenda. We really, really acknowledge your presence and your continued support. Frederick Obe, Mike Onyango, Alex Omwara, Sharon, Lamek, and everyone else who has been watching. Allow me to take this opportunity to remind you that you've been watching us via Brother Benson Media and also our sister channel Kikaona Sauti. Over here we do say that your opinion counts. We are glad that you are here, and if you will be watching later, we welcome you as well to give your views. Thank you so much. Allow me to say a big thank you to Goodia. Thank you so much, Goodia. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. To everyone, have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, a good night from wherever you are watching us from. We hope that you will join us again tomorrow. Bye bye for today, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.